Antonella from Intuitive Wing Chun Kung Fu and Empowerment Self-Defense in Brisbane, Australia. And I'm also joined by the lovely Tasha.
Aloha everyone, this is Tasha with LA Live Action. That's Women Living in Action. It is a self-defense business here on Maui in the beautiful Hawaiian Islands. And today, well, Antonella, what are we going to talk about today?
Well, Tasha, I think today we will be discussing our perspectives in regards to gender dynamics at home, at home, in your relationships, and maybe even at work. So in the workplace and in the world in general. So we feel that this is an important topic. Obviously, we come from a self-defense background, and as females, we would like to give everybody an insight and unique perspective of what it's like as a female to support our female viewers and also our male viewers to get insight as well. And this is not to segregate males and females, but also for our male viewers to learn about what a female has to put up with, I guess, and also to, for the males to support the women in their life as well.
So I would also extend that out to the LGBTQ community, because you also have a whole other group of people too that do have to deal with gender dynamics and biases and everything on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, absolutely. And we have no intention to exclude anyone. We want to be inclusive. So please do not think that we are trying to be very specific with who we are dealing with. So pretty much we're inviting anyone that wants to listen to our perspectives as to what we're going to be talking about today, which is gender dynamics in your life and also in the workplace. So Tasha, did you want to just start off with a little bit of a background and how this could influence people in their life?
Well, I mean, it's definitely very important that as you're going through your life, you have certain situations that come up, whether it's at home or at work. The response is what's most important, how you respond to these different situations. And there's a lot of power dynamics that go on, and that's not just in the workplace. I mean, you have power dynamics when it comes to friends, when it comes to different groups that you're a part of and stuff like that. But the power dynamics at play can hugely impact what's happening in your life and your ability to actually do your day-to-day work. And I think that that's something that's really important to look at and be mindful of. And then also in regards to that, along with the gender dynamics, there's just multiple aspects to everything. It's never black and white. It's always like a whole conglomerate of gray.
Yeah, so. It is. And again, we don't want to exclude or be very specific with situations. You may experience your own personal, situation, what's happened for you at work. So if you want to share that with us, you can share that on our Instagram page, I.M.Fem.Power, or also we are on Facebook as well, I.M.Fem.Power.
Say that 10 times fast.
I.M.Fem.Power, I.M.Fem.Power, I.M.Fem.Power. I won't embarrass myself. I'll try it next time. So one of the things I wanted to mention, and I'm a huge advocate when it comes to taking responsibility for yourself. We're not here to change the other person. The reality is that we do need to deal with sometimes in our lives with people that I would call malevolent, so sinister, that have bad intentions. I would even go as far as calling them evil. And Tasha reminded me before that the definition of evil can be quite subjective, but I guess for me, how I would like to describe evil is just, there's a hidden agenda, there's greed, there's tyranny, there's the intention of causing harm and making and I guess building a big divide in the two individuals at play. So for me, what I really would like to encourage everyone as you're watching this is that we want to empower you as the individual to take steps to be able to take responsibility for yourself. And we'll be discussing points as to how you can do that. But yeah, we just want to make sure that, you know, we're not being, it's not a blanket overview over that everyone at work, your bosses and the CEO and people in relationships or certain dynamics, that they're all evil and sinister and bad. That's something that you need to be aware of yourself. And remember that just because some people are exhibiting a certain behavior does not mean that they have bad intentions. It's just the way that they are communicating, and communication is something that we will talk more about too. So we don't want to put everyone in the same box, but to just differentiate between someone that is just on a whole new level of just being really sinister and have bad intentions, versus someone that is not understanding of their own behaviors and how it's affecting you as an individual. So hopefully I made that clear. And also I actually want to sort of acknowledge as well, for everyone, we all have had experiences in our life. So we've had good and bad, and we have our own triggers. I think, Tasha, you were talking about a book before called Triggers. That's really important to know.
Yes, yeah. So there's a really great book online. Let me just look up for a second because it is an awesome book and I really do enjoy it. Let's see. So
And while you're doing that, oh,
triggers.
you got it.
Oh,
Great.
yes,
Go
I
for
know. I'm speedy. Uh, Speedy Gonzalez. All
it.
right. So it's triggers. Um, Creating Behaviors That Last by Marshall Goldsmith. I think that there's more after lasts, but there's a ... So
Okay.
we'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
Triggers by Marshall Goldsmith. And
Thank
basically, he's talking about different scenarios that happen in the workplace that might trigger you and your response to it. How can you respond so that you're effectively communicating so that you don't get triggered in the future, and different ideas, different tools to use.
And it's really important to identify your own triggers. That's taking responsibility already in your own behavior, because bad experiences in the past does not mean that you're going to be having the same bad experience. So if you had a bad experience with a man in the past that has a high position at work, does not mean that every man that you will have to work with that has a higher position than you're going to have bad experiences again. So and vice versa. So, you know, whether it's a woman that's in a high position, if you had a bad experience with her, or anyone for that matter, doesn't mean that you're going to be having bad experiences in the future with that particular person. So by acknowledging our own triggers, we can work within ourselves first, and then, you know, create a life and goals in our workplace to create really healthy relations